So we're going to talk about capital updates.
Yes, we've had 1 week of the legislature. Folks, keep an eye on your belongings. The legislature's in session. Okay? So a lot's happened.
So this is like football. How many weeks do they go? 16?
Yeah, they go till Memorial Weekend.
How many weeks is it?
That's end of May, so I guess 4 months.
It's
roughly.
about 16,
Just
17
like
weeks.
football.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but they've already passed one at a committee called HB 3359. For those of you who like to study bills, what this is, it's a totalitarian government.
It is.
Deal, and somebody notified me. Actually, it was Chris Powell, the Libertarian candidate for governor,
Okay.
the one that defeated Rex Lawhorn. And so, anyway, and he found out from Ryan Kiesel, the ACLU director in Oklahoma, and they're shocked. So I wrote this article, and the next Wednesday, I get a call from somebody close to the author, David Smith. David Smith is a freshman lawmaker from down in the McAllister area. He defeated Donnie Condit. Well, and it basically says a cop now has a right to stop and detain and question anybody they want, whether crimes happened at all.
If they have cause to believe that you are in the process of a crime, about to commit a crime, or just have committed a crime.
Not probable cause, which is a legal term.
Not probable cause.
If they have a reasonable suspicion.
Reasonable suspicion.
So if they feel suspicious on a particular time, or if you meet a profile, or somebody, they can stop and ask you. Number one, you have to tell them who you are, establish clearly your identification, your papers, please.
Correct.
That sounds like Nazi Germany to me. And then you have to tell them what you're up to. You have, boy, God help you if you lie.
You have to tell them why you're in the area. You have to answer some questions. You have to tell them why you're in the area and what you are doing there.
Yeah.
And all of that runs counter to your Fifth Amendment rights.
Yeah.
Because all of that can be used against you later on if they twist it up. Ask any lawyer. They always tell you to shut your mouth and not say anything.
Absolutely. The first thing they tell you when they arrest you always was, you have a right to remain silent. Now, you have a duty not to remain silent, and you haven't done anything, number one. And number two, there is no crime.
Well, and this is according to this bill. I called his office.
Yeah.
And, I stopped into his office because I was at the Capitol.
That's right.
And so I went to the office, and I was told that I watched the video. Actually, it was in the video I got this bit of information. He said it was a constituent request from law enforcement.
Yes.
Now, mind you, law enforcement, specific officers are constituents. Mm-hmm. But a request from law enforcement, something this broad and sweeping, is not a constituent request.
I think he was duped into it by somebody.
Well, that may be. But the other thing is, when I did stop into his office the next day, it was on Thursday, I was told by his his legislative assistant, that he had pulled it. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it come down. I haven't seen anything taken off.
I got word last night.
Okay.
And because we were talking State of Union, getting ready to hear Trump, and I mentioned it, and then I found another blogger said, no, don't take your name off of it as author, because if it sits there without an authorship and it's already passed committee, any lawmaker can claim
pick it up.
Original authorship of it.
Okay.
And then you don't have any control. So then he was told, no, keep your name on it.
Okay.
But over the weekend, several different groups came out. Don Spencer was one, and he posted, hey, I've talked to Eccles. Eccles said,
never happening.
He's 99-point-something% sure it will not get a floor vote, which John is the floor leader, right? But he does share power with some other people. And last night, I was explaining this to some different groups, and then Eccles came on himself and told some medical marijuana advocacy groups. He said, look, this is how sure I am, but tomorrow I'm meeting with the House leadership, and then I can give you an even more certain answer to it. So I haven't heard yet back from John today, But I think and here's the thing, folks, there are, 10 people voted for that. I think it was
Yes,
10.
it was 10-6.
10-6. Everybody who voted for that needs to answer to each one of us.
Correct.
Why they did, especially if you're a constituent of that lawmaker.
Correct.
Because if they don't know civil rights any better than that, they don't belong there.
Well, actually, that is the vote for that bill, as it was laid forth, demonstrates their perjuring of their oath.
Yeah.
Because it runs counter to the Fourth and Fifth Amendments. Your Fifth Amendment right, especially, it just attacks and obliterates.
Yes. And their oath is to protect the Constitution.
Well, to support, obey, and defend.
Defend the Constitution.
Specifically, that's what it says. Support, obey, and defend. And they did none of that with this bill.
Yeah, and look, David Smith, I'm not giving an easy out. The best thing he can do is what he has done is claim humbly, I screwed up.
Right.
I trusted people that I thought knew better, and then they fudged the definitions with them. In that he thought that reasonable suspicion was the same as probable cause.
Okay.
And in legal terms, it's not.
Well, and this comes down to we the people needing to pick our representatives better.
Yeah.
Because if we get hey, I have a state senator that was completely oblivious to a lot of the issues that were being brought to him.
Yeah.
And if you are that oblivious, you can get in and do some real damage.
Yeah.
And we have got to have people who are more grounded, certainly in the Constitution, but in all matters.
I'm telling
frankly.
you, they think that automatic weapons or semi-automatic weapons are dangerous. Legislative votes are dangerous. They have a power to do a lot of harm with that single vote they cast on each deal. But so there was that. We're going to keep following up on that, and I like what a lot of people says. I won't rest until I know for sure it's dead. But here's something that came up. You were there Thursday. I didn't make it. I had some family things to attend to. But there was a big rally, and now there's going to be 2 rallies that are pretty big this week. And I really wanted to let you talk about what happened last Thursday.
Well, I didn't make much of the rallies. I was there for my own business.
But I think medical marijuana patients were trying to defend their right to be treated with their medicine. That was meeting in a rotunda in the morning.
Right. Again, I disagree with the way they're going about it. We all have the right to use whatever medicine we need, whenever we need it, however we need it,
and that's
so long as it doesn't violate anybody else.
Well, and that's what's motivating, whether their strategy is the same as yours or mine.
And I would hope that would be. The thing is that the people behind a lot of this stuff, I disagree with fundamentally on the way they're going about it. I just don't see the need. But and it's created hardship. The way they have gone about it has created other hardships that didn't exist before.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
Okay.
We've got to get away from that.
But several hundred were there for that.
Yes,
and now this week, probably more. You want to talk about what's coming up?
Well, with medical marijuana, I don't know. But
I'm talking about the
Wednesday,
the pro-life bunch, and then the parental rights.
So
bunch.
tomorrow there will be the abolitionist day at the Capitol, where they are pushing a bill that is just passed the House.
Yes.
And
no, I'm going to say that was more than 70 votes in favor of it. And what it does, it says, if you're doing selective abortions, doctor, we're going to pull your doctor's license for selective abortions.
Right, and and I would totally agree with that.
Okay.
I still think that the abolitionists are doing it the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
We need to re-acknowledge the humanity of all humans, born and unborn, and then apply the murder statutes appropriately.
Yeah,
I think that's as simple as it gets. Whether we need to make statute or something like that.
Here's the strategy. They're doing a little different. Last year, they started with a Senate bill by Joseph Silk, SB 13. They started in the Senate, and it had the big showdown, and it was just stupid. It got ugly. The wrong people got involved and just created a hostile environment where the bill never got a hearing.
Correct.
But this one started over in the House. Representative Jim Olson presented the bill, got it right through committee and right onto the floor
It
by.
sped through.
Yeah, I think it was a Wednesday. I think
It was quick. It was only a couple days into session. They had it through.
No, it was Thursday morning.
It might have been Thursday
because
morning.
they were arguing that while
No, it was
the
Thursday
marijuana
morning. Yes, it was.
patients were out.
Yes, it was Thursday
Yeah.
morning.
So anyway, so we've got that going on, and then the parental rights rally. That's gonna be
And so Wednesday will be the Oklahomans for Health and Parental Rights, big rally at the Capitol. They will be there. We're going to be talking about a lot of things.